What does it mean to be a church member? Not all churches have a formal membership process, right? They say at our church, anybody can attend, anybody can serve, anybody can give. What do we need membership for? But membership is a formal way for someone to indicate their commitment to a church. And the primary difference between an attender and a member is this idea of commitment. It's a commitment. And so we practice a formal membership process. We think it's good for several reasons. First of all, we think it's biblical. And while the term church membership isn't actually used in the Bible, it's intimated. This was the Apostle Paul's main metaphor. The church is a body, and each one of you is a member of the body. There's this way of communicating that. Secondly, membership is actually valuable to the leaders to know kind of who's committed and who's in. And a church like ours, especially when a church has some critical mass or size, people kind of float through, and it's helpful to know who's in. Every team needs a roster. And thirdly, we like the idea of membership because we think it's ultimately good for the member. In a culture that is commitment adverse, making a commitment is countercultural and good for the soul. There's something about making a stand, stepping up to be counted, that really can propel growth. When I describe membership in our membership class, I ask them to envision a counter here in the center of the room, like you would see at a Burger King or a drive-through. And with every counter, there's a customer side of the counter. Someone comes in, they're getting goods and services. They're the customer. And most people enter a church on that side of the counter. They come because they have needs to be met, and that's great because we are a need-meeting church, and we serve them. On the other side of the counter, there's somebody, maybe they're wearing an apron, and they are the giver of goods and services. They are the employee, the staff. And I say to our membership class, when you're ready to slide around the counter and put the apron on, that's membership. Membership is when you decide, I'm no longer just a recipient of goods and services. I am now part of making it happen. I'm a giver of goods and services. Now, I tell a lot of people have already slid around their counter in other ways. You've slid around the counter in your wallet and your serving and your prayers. And to those folks, I say, just go ahead and make official what you've already done in your heart and activities, and sign up and become a formal member to declare what's already there. Other people feel like they need to become a member first, like they need some authorization to go around the counter, to walk through that employees only door, and they sign and become a member, and then they feel authorized to serve and give and be a part of things. Either way, membership is that next level commitment, and we do not rush people through it. In our church, people can stay on the customer side of the counter as long as they want, and it's when they feel that urge to make that next level commitment do they become a member. Members are not perfect people. We're not looking even for a certain level of spiritual attainment. Our members are at all places in their spiritual journey. What we're united by is a commitment to the mission of the church. We're united by a commitment to grow, and we're united by this willingness to be held accountable for our growth. So we're all heading in the same direction at the same time. And that's what it means at its core to be a member of our church, and that's the best I can do in a few.